Philadelphia News, team of my heart.
You ever felt that moment when everyone doubts your team, but deep down you just know they're cooking something special? You, the real Sixers fan, you felt that after watching that season opener. The energy, the noise, the statement win. But here's the twist. What if I told you the biggest victory didn't even happen on the court? What if the Sixers just proved to the whole league that staying patient was the smartest trade they ever made? Yeah, you heard me. A trade that somehow looks even better now, and they didn't even have to move an inch. You might laugh, but the Sixers just pulled off one of those silent wins that makes you proud to wear the red, white, and blue. Everyone's talking about the fireworks. VJ Edgecombe lighting it up like he's been in the league for years. Tyrese Maxey looking unstoppable. And of course, that rough start from the big fella. But underneath all that noise, there's something even bigger going on. Something that proves this team knows exactly what it's doing. You know that pain of watching the front office make moves that just don't make sense? The frustration when it feels like other teams are getting better while Philly stands still? That old feeling that maybe, just maybe, the Sixers missed the moment again? Well, not this time. This time, you can sit back and smile because the Sixers made a bold decision last season. One that people doubted, one that had critics rolling their eyes, and now it's turning heads across the entire NBA. It's funny, right? Everyone loves to scream trade when things go south, but patience, real patience, that's what separates smart teams from desperate ones. And that's exactly what just paid off for Philly. Because while another franchise down south is already regretting what they gave up, you're about to see why this move, this specific, quiet, calculated move, might just be one of the most underrated wins of the Sixers' new era. It's the kind of win that doesn't show up in the box score. It's the kind that makes rival GMs wish they had seen it coming. And you watching this right now, you'll know exactly what I mean in just a few moments. Because when you find out who this is really about, when you realize how perfectly the Sixers played this hand, you'll see why this trade might have changed more than just the roster. It might have changed the team's future. So here's my challenge for you. As you watch this video, try to guess who I'm talking about. Drop in the comments when you figure it out. At what moment did it hit you who the Sixers just quietly won big with? The clues are all here. The timing, the patience, and the payoff. And when I finally reveal who it is, you're going to see why this Sixers front office deserves a standing ovation. Because sometimes the smartest move is the one you don't make.
You know, there's something special about when patience pays off. You, as a Sixers fan, have been through it all. The heartbreaks, the rebuilds, the trust-to-process years, the endless rumors, and those late-season collapses that still sting to this day. You've seen this team take hits that would have crushed others, but you stayed. Because deep down, you've always believed. And now, it finally feels like that belief is starting to make sense again. When you look at this team right now, the energy, the chemistry, the grit, it feels different, doesn't it? Like the Sixers have rediscovered something that was missing. But here's what really separates this year from all the others. They're not chasing validation anymore. They're building smart, quietly, strategically. And this trade we're talking about, it's proof of that. Because while everyone's eyes were on the big headlines, the flashy names, the rumors of blockbuster trades, the Sixers front office, led by a coach who knows exactly how to bring the best out of his guys, Nick Nurse, made a move that nobody really understood at first. And honestly, you probably had your doubts too. Maybe you even thought, why him? Why now? But sometimes the best decisions are the ones that don't make sense until they do. And now they do. The results are right there in front of you. You can see it in the way the ball moves, in the defensive energy, in the way role players are stepping up with confidence. Every part of this roster feels sharper, more in sync, like a team that finally knows who it is. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, things don't look so good. The player Philly sent away is barely seeing the floor. He went from a potential bounce-back candidate to a ghost on the bench. You can almost feel the frustration on his face, a reminder of how quickly this league can turn on you. And while that's happening, the Sixers are thriving with the piece they picked up. This isn't luck. This is basketball IQ. It's the kind of move that separates contenders from pretenders. Because when you make a trade that helps both your locker room and your long-term flexibility, that's how you build something sustainable. Not just a highlight reel, but a foundation. And the best part? You can feel how it's lifted the entire team. When a guy fits in this naturally, it's contagious. You see Tyrese Maxey smiling more. You see role players stepping up without hesitation. You see Coach Nurse trusting his rotations. It's all connected, and it all circles back to one move that people didn't appreciate enough at the time. Think about that. How many times have the Sixers been criticized for panicking, for chasing short-term fixes? But this one time, this one smart, subtle trade, they didn't panic. They waited. They believed in the guy they brought in. And that belief is paying off big time. You can almost hear the laughter from Philly's front office now. Not arrogance, but satisfaction. Because the numbers don't lie, and the impact doesn't either. This player has brought toughness, shooting, defense, and something even more valuable, consistency. And while other teams are scrambling to figure out what went wrong, the Sixers are sitting comfortably, knowing they made the right call. Because sometimes, the biggest statement you can make is silence. Now, you already know who I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah, that guy. The one they said wouldn't move the needle. The one everyone underrated. The one who's now becoming a key piece of this Sixers rotation. That's right. I'm talking about Quentin Grimes. The trade that brought him here wasn't just a good move. It was a masterstroke. While Caleb Martin sits buried on the Mavericks bench, Grimes is proving every night why Philly was right all along. So let me ask you this. Do you agree the Sixers front office made one of the smartest, under-the-radar trades in years? Or do you still have your doubts about how long this magic will last? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and to prove you made it here till the end, write the word loyalty below. Because that's exactly what you've shown as a fan.